Okay, hello everyone, and welcome to our lifestyle class today. Today, Valerie and I are going to be talking about essential emotions. So, just to introduce myself, I'm Manisha Merchandani. I have been with Doterra for the last few years, and I think emotions is one of those things that I use my oils for every day. So, this is just to keep myself balanced. So, I'm super excited to talk about it today.
And I'm Valerie Engelson. I'm here in New York. I'm a holistic nutritionist and wellness counselor, essential oil specialist, and my oils are my passion. I absolutely love them. And like Manisha, I use them every single day, probably multiple times during the day. And this class is one of my favorite subjects because emotions really just, they govern so much of our lives. So I hope you enjoy the class and sit back and while we get started.
Okay, Val, are you starting us off? Or
You're number one.
I'm number one. Okay, we can flip the screen for us here. Great. So when we talk about emotions, do you want to change the screen, Val?
What do you mean? I'm on slide one, aren't I?
Yeah, I think we can go to slide 2.
Okay,
Okay, yeah.
fine.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. So, one of the things about balancing our emotions every day, right? That's so important because when we are feeling off in any part of our daily routine, then other things can spiral. And we really want to, get a hold of that before we get too caught up in that moment that's a negative moment. So when we are going to talk about our emotions today, the big question is, are you ready to feel good more often? And that's going to be a theme of what we're talking about today. So please take your notes, take your screenshots, and use everything we learned today in your daily life. And we're just going to get started. So I'm going to hand it back to Val. Yep.
Perfect. Okay. So in this class, we're going to go over a couple of different things. The science behind the emotions and the essential oils, the tools and habits for your healthy body chemistry, and practical emotional wellness steps that actually you can start implementing now. So you are created to function as a whole being. The spirit, the minds, and the body are all inseparably connected. And all these parts communicate at a very fundamental cellular level. So everything is interconnected. The mind controls the body, which controls our spirit. So it's a cycle or a triangle or a circle, however you want to view it. But everything works synergistically together. So your body is made up of really intelligent cells, and they are brilliantly designed, and they want the body to work balanced and whole. The body wants to be be working as a whole being. There's a word I just can't, it's escaping me right now. But and the body wants to restore health. It wants homeostasis. That's it. The body wants homeostasis, and it's going to do everything it can to achieve that. But we have to help it along the way because it does need some tools every now and again. So to learn the language of your body, you need to know what emotions are and why they're communicating. Emotions are information carrying molecules that bind to and react to the cell receptors. They go into the cell, impacting function and behavior. In other words, emotions in their smallest and most basic form are chemical molecules. In this image, the cell is receiving these molecules on one of its receptors. Receptors are molecules that function as senses or scanners, much like our eyes and ears. These receptors gather in a cluster on the surface of a cell, waiting for a chemical to attach a message. The new information is received inside the cell, impacting your energy level, your behavior, your mood. It's fascinating to discover how emotions affect our health. Because emotions are chemicals, they are not limited to the mind. Emotions flow and are processed throughout the entire body. Science reveals there are complex neural processing functions in the mind, heart, and gut. These three brains are neural networks and independent memory and intelligence. This means you can actually process these feelings in these three different brains. The mind is like a conductor directing the body to feel emotionally and behave physically. The heart discerns the messages our brain receives, and the gut responds accordingly, distributing health or illness to the rest of our body. There's such a tight communication between the gut and the brain, and they actually have found that there are more neurons in the gut than there are in the brain, which I always find very interesting. So the gut responds to anything for illness, and that it totally affects how the brain is working. And isn't it amazing the power your body holds to choose wellness? You can see that connection, wellness, at 3 brains feel good. So if all 3 brains are good, the body is good. Anusha?
Yeah. Oh, I just love to hear about the 3. It just really pulls the body together and lots to think about. So we're going to switch now to talk about emotions and your beliefs. And what is a belief? A belief is your mindset, right? So we're going to talk about how we process things that are going on in our, when we have an event happen. So let me walk you through how this works. Have any of you ever felt like the woman in this picture, right? There's just so much going on for her. She's on the phone, she's got a baby in her arms, and there's a little puppy that's trying to get her attention, right? So this moment is immediately recorded in her subconscious mind. So in this image, you can see how the brain sends its own message, right? The mind might think, I have to figure this out. I mean, it's my responsibility after all, right? The heart says, I feel overwhelmed. Maybe I'm holding too much. And then the gut reinforces, I'm stuck. I really don't know what to do. So a biochemical reaction then occurs. One may feel conflicted, confused, even notice an unsettled stomach. And these negative reactions are the consequence of conflicting messages. And these disrupt our internal balance. So this results in disconnection or dis-ease. When we think and feel something simultaneously, a new belief is created, right? In this example, she now concludes, I'm not good enough. We are always reinforcing old beliefs or planting new ones. So nurturing a belief produces fruit. One way to think about it is, are you cultivating a seed or a weed? So here we have the process of the emotion, right? We have a life experience. Our 3 brains start processing it. We react, and then we end up with the belief. Really, really powerful, because that belief becomes our mindset. And this is what we want to be able to process well and in a healthy way each time it happens. And that's why we want to balance our emotions several times, sometimes on a daily basis.
So how do essential oils support our healthy emotions? Let's take a look at this. Because both emotions and essential oils are chemically based, a powerful reaction occurs as they make contact within the body. Essential oils are very chemically complex, which is why each oil is able to have so many uses and applications. Essential oils are an incredibly effective emotional wellness tool. This is a mood blend called Balance. It's one I use every single day. It is calming and it is grounding to the central nervous system. It contains frankincense, which is a powerful cleanser, and a magnifier that opens up the mind's eye, and it connects the soul with its authenticity. So I thought if we were here in person, we would be passing this around, but we're not. So I know that Balance for me, when I put it on my feet, it just grounds me throughout the day. So if I'm feeling a little, when I wake up in the morning, not right, or just a little off, this just kind of like restores my factory settings to 0. And frankincense is usually a big one that works on cellular health. So together they're a powerhouse for emotions. This means that they are efficient at detoxing the cell and restoring proper cell function. Frankincense can go into each individual cell and find the parts of the cell that are corrupted and basically like blast them away so that it keeps the integrity of the whole cell. And it's amazing how biocompatible essential oils are with the body. Wild orange. Wild orange invites a connection in the body that stimulates energy. Many people love to put wild orange in a diffuser to diminish feelings of overwhelm in their environment. Citrus oils like wild orange are great at uplifting mood and promoting toxic release. The reason why you have wild oranges so uplifting, if you look at a tree, the roots are very grounding that go in the ground, and the fruits go up in the tree. Therefore, that makes them uplifting. So if you visualize the tree, anything up is uplifting, anything down is very grounding. One of the reasons essential oil molecules go to the cellular level so quickly is that because they're extremely molecularly dense. One drop of essential oil has 40 trillion molecules. Tiny molecules from the chemical compounds in the essential oils can surface every cell of the body within minutes. Manisha?
Yeah, our oils are just so powerful. And I do want to caveat everything by saying we are talking about doTERRA essential oils. And because of the certified pure tested grade, because our oils are pure and that potent, they are effective in giving us these results that we want. So now we're going to talk, I get to talk about how to use essential oils for emotional wellness and how to actually start applying these oils. So essential oils are dynamic. They can provide targeted support for your body physically and emotionally. And, that's again, how we're using them throughout the day and grabbing for what we need. So first, let's talk about we're going to talk about the 3 ways to experience essential oils. And the first is aromatically. So there is a reason this process is called aroma therapy, right? Smell is the fastest way to affect mood and the quickest way to get into the deepest parts of the mind-brain connection. So our sense of smell is more complex than any of our other senses, including sight. There are smell receptors on every organ of the body. So something to really think about. As you inhale an essential oil, those aromatic molecules travel to the olfactory bulbs, which are linked directly to the emotional or limbic seat of the brain. And this is how inhalation creates an immediate emotional impact. Now, the second way we can use essential oils for emotional support is by applying them topically. Essential oils are transdermal. This means their tiny molecules can pass through your skin and go straight to your circulatory system. Applied anywhere on the body, essential oils will penetrate every cell. So here are some great tips for topical application to affect the 3 brains of the body. Whenever you're holding occasional tension, you can massage an oil into that area for localized support. Another way to use our oil for emotional support is if you have a roller ball, perhaps rolling it over your heart. So you can really target areas and use our oils topically on the body as well as for massage. Okay, and then the third way. So the third way we use our essential oils is exclusive to CPTG. And I had mentioned that's the certified pure tested grade oils. So we can use our oils, most of them, internally. So CPTG oils labeled for dietary use may be taken internally in a few ways. You can put them in directly into your water. You can use them under the tongue or in a gel capsule to support overall health. Now, I will caveat this by saying that today we're going to be soon talking about the 6 emotions oils, and these are not for internal use. So I do want you to keep in mind that this process of internal, once you start using your oils, you're going to go ahead and get the education to find out which oils are safe to use internally.
So we're going to now talk about moment by moment support. This is the essential oil wheel. And it looks like a lot of information, but it really isn't. Let's just take a breath for a moment to simplify. You might be like asking, where do I begin? Change is a gift that is available always to us. And if you're ready to feel better and experience more out of life, you are in the right place. Doterra has these 6 mood blends, making a total of 10 blends specifically designed just for mood. Featured here, you'll see the Aroma Therapy wheel, and it's a great tool to help support any mood at any given moment. Notice how there are 6 different types of plants that produce an essential oil to give support in their own unique and specific way. How they grow is a lot how they react in our bodies. Take, for example, citrus oil. Citrus plants grow in warm, sunny climates, elevated high off the ground. I just explained that. Citrus oils are uplifting, elevating, and they're really happy oils. Another example are tree oils. Trees are rooted deep into the earth, offering a strong foundation for the plant to have strength and stability. Tree oils offer us the same properties. They help us feel more balanced and grounded and secure. So let's put this aromatherapy wheel to work. Identify what you are feeling now in this particular moment. Maybe you're feeling more than one thing. What speaks loudest to you? Then choose 1 or 2 oils that best fits. For example, if I'm experiencing anger or bitterness and I have agitated feelings, I might want to try Forgive to feel more calm and collected. I would place Forgive over my heart, on the insides of my wrists, or across my forehead to help. Okay, let's say I have lost a loved one and I am trying to grieve this process. What would be the one that would suit my needs? That would be Console. Console would be an excellent choice to offer that kind of support. Again, I would place a drop or 2 over my heart or over my forehead or temples and on the insides of the wrists. For me, Console really gave me much comfort during the last 2 years, especially when the world became really wonky in the beginning. It was sort of like a warm blanket that just enveloped me and made me, it didn't take it away, it just made me feel more secure and it made me feel better. When you're feeling cynical or doubtful, frustrated, Doterra Motivate is the encouraging blend. It is fresh and invigorating that will help dispel negative feelings and give you the motivation you need to press forward. I like Motivate especially when I'm hitting a block, if I'm doing some posts and I need some, to push through any of the creative blocks. So I find this one very helpful. And I just realized I took Motivate away from you, Manusha. So
That's
do you want to add on that? Sorry.
that's totally okay. I love them all. I can talk about any of them anytime.
So you talk a little bit about Motivate. I'm so
Oh, I absolutely love Motivate. Well, like you said, it's one of those that you can grab for. And I actually love my Motivate in a roller ball. And this is one that I keep with me in my purse. And it's something that I just roll on anytime. Yeah, like you said, when you need a little bit of a pep in your step, is how I look at it. And I feel like, yeah, the oils are so powerful. I pull it out, I put it on, there's an emotion associated, there's a mindset associated with the oil already before I even roll it on. And I just know where it's going to take me. So I love my Motivate.
Isn't that great that you could just reach for something, you know the outcome before it even happens? I love
I
that.
love that. I love that. That's very rare in life. So yes, I love when we can predict that.
most of the time. Cheer. You want to do cheer or you want me to do cheer?
Sure. Yeah, I can go ahead. I love cheer. Oh, wow. Okay. When heavy emotions are weighing you down, cheer. Cheer can brighten your day. It's spicy, citrus scent. It's known to promote positivity and optimism. This is the perfect blend for a dark and dreary day when you feel like happiness is in short supply, is a good way to say it. And this is another one that I just keep around with me. I actually use it as a pure fume. So I love the scent that much that it actually turns into one of my daily go-tos. I don't know, Val, how do you love your cheer?
On those dark, gloomy days when things seem a little bit unsure, to help perk you up, especially like I probably might grab it today because although I don't feel dark and dreary yet, it's a dark and dreary day in New York, so maybe that will put a little sunshine back into New York. But yeah, I don't use it as often as some of the other ones, but it's definitely good to know that you have the tool when you need it.
Yeah, and the ingredients in here, like again, these, oils can be used in several ways, but when I look at the ingredients in here and I think of if I had to put that blend together by myself, wow, that's a lot of work, but I can just grab for the cheer. I love the blends. These are all blends of oils that have been put together to give us that response, and I just love that.
The blends are just beautiful.
Yeah.
I love passion. Passion is one of my favorite. I use this as a perfume, or I'll actually mix it with other oils. I mix it with jasmine a lot, but it is really a beautiful scent. And there is jasmine in there, of course, and sandalwood as well. This is a very warming and rejuvenating oil. It has properties, the properties of this were designed to help reignite enthusiasm and dispel boredom or disinterest. And if you need a little passion or spice in your day, this blend will give you just what you need. As I said, I love mixing oils, and the passion mixed with the jasmine, because there is jasmine in it. It just actually brings out more of the jasmine in the blend, and it is just a beautiful smelling, uplifting, happy blend that I use on almost a daily basis. You can. I also add vanilla to it. I don't know if you've ever done that, Manisha, but adding vanilla to it on top of it, like just when you add the extra oils that are in there to it, it just accentuates the oils. So that's what I
Yeah.
love about it.
No, I haven't actually blended much with the blends, but I love that. The other thing I do want to mention, this is a great bedroom oil. Okay, so just put it on. Put it on 20 minutes before you're getting in bed. It's a great oil
Mhm.
to bring the spark back.
There are a few of those. Okay.
Okay, I can start with this one.
Okay, sure.
Let's talk about forgive. So this is a deep one. Okay, we're going to get a little deeper now. When feelings of guilt, betrayal, negativity, or anger consume you, it can be hard to find, happiness and peace in your everyday life. So if when you feel like these feelings seem to be taking over your life, the forgive renewing blend can help balance the emotions. So again, this provides renewal and relief, and it's really a special oil for people when they need it most to be able to grab for this. Again, it's just such a mindset. It's so empowering to be able to grab for these blends when you know they've been put together exactly for a specific response.
Absolutely. Even though you might not use, this is what I try to tell people, even though you might not use an oil every day, or maybe not every week, knowing they're there in your toolkit and having them there for those times you need them. It's all about being prepared. It's like preventative, like just so you are prepared to deal with what life throws us, because we never know what's going to happen. And being equipped with the oils really makes getting over those bumps in the road so much easier.
Absolutely.
Console, I was talking about it briefly before. This is for when you need an extra dose of comfort. It has a gentle floral and tree essential oils to help renew hope and dispel heavy feelings of sadness. And in times when your emotional strength is wavering, turning to Console will help dispel any hopelessness and lighten your burdens. And I give this to people when they've lost somebody in their family, or if somebody's going through a very hard time. And as I said, when I opened this for the very first time and I inhaled the aroma to it, it was like a blanket just came out of the bottle and just like wrapped me up like one of those weighted blankets. It is incredibly comforting. And it just makes you feel, warm and comfortable and loved. And this is one of my, of the emotional oils, this is one of my top ones, and I absolutely adore it.
Yeah, I can't agree with you more. It really is like a blanket. That's such a perfect explanation. And I also like to look at what's in there. Like we've got some heavy hitters in there. We've got our rose, our sandalwood, frankincense. I mean, those three alone can change everything, right? And then we've got ylang ylang and patchouli, which give it that kind of unique scent. And yeah, I'm really drawn to Console. And again, it doesn't only have to be when you need it for the comfort. It can be sometimes we're just craving it. We don't even really know our body needs it. And we just reach for it. And apparently our body needed it. So that's kind of how when you start this doTERRA lifestyle, that's how your body, you get really in tune with your body.
That's a really great point, Manusha, because sometimes I'll just open my box of oils and say, what do I need today? And my body will go in and tell me, like, so today I need a tree oil. So I have Douglas fir and black spruce with a little bit of grapefruit in my diffuser because my body needed that grounding. So your body knows, and if you listen to it, it's sort of like it will point you to the direction of what oils your body is actually craving. And it's a really intuitive way of staying in touch with your body. And it's a really great thing. And after you use oils for a while, they know your body knows what your body knows. Right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So peace. You want to do peace? Go do peace.
Sure. Peace is one of my favorites. I think I've done all these little videos on peace. So peace is it's a very grounding oil. It's actually our reassuring blend. And feelings of fear, anxiousness, and distress. Okay, this is what we're supporting. So these feelings can be all consuming, right? But peace is the blend you're going to grab for. It's designed to counteract negative feelings of discontent, feelings of worry. Okay, for those days when you need reassurance and stability, peace helps soothe negative emotions. This is one I love to use on my pulse points. I also love to roll over my heart. So it's one of ones I grab for a lot as well.
I think we should point out why would we use a roller versus a bottle?
I think next screen.
Oh, is that okay?
Yep. But we can anytime. I love these classes because lifestyle classes are just that. It's just a discussion, right? About why and how we're using these. Yeah. Do you love your piece too, right? Oh, we're on this one. Okay.
Yeah, no, I love my piece.
Yeah.
I love my piece. Yes.
Love my piece. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, I do. And Val, good point. And we were just getting to this. Okay, so our emotions oil. So we've just gone through 6 of the emotions oils. They actually come as a collection. And I love that because again, with this collection, you can really empower yourself and support the feelings, the common feelings that come over all of us throughout the days. And so there are 2 ways to use our emotional aromatherapy oils. First you see here are the 5 ml. So the 5 mLs is a kit of oils. And I like to think of this to use in like a diffuser, right? So when you want to diffuse it into the room, maybe there are days where you walk by your diffuser and you just want to inhale from the bottle. Okay, that's totally doable with these oils. It's really, really easy to use that way. Then these emissions oils also come in the roll-on. And the roll-on, as Val said, is just so easy to use because it's got a rollerball top and it has fractionated coconut oil in there for easy application. So it's diluted. It's something, again, when I'm saying I do a lot of the roll over my heart or on your wrists or even as a pure fume, you can grab for the roll-ons because they're just easy. If you can see my picture, I'm just rolling it on. That's peace. So yeah, and I believe these can all be bought individually. They can also be bought as collections. Yeah, so do we need to add?
You absolutely covered all of it. That's what I always tell people, that you can, when the difference between the bottles and the rollers, and you need to think about what application you're going to use. Some people don't like to diffuse. That's okay because you have the rollers. Some people don't like the rollers, they want to diffuse, or they like a combination. So if you like a combination, you actually get more of an impact by diffusing it and rolling it.
Yeah, and then you can also take those 5 mLs and you can also make your own roller balls. So as Val does great blending. So you take your empty 5 ml, Val has it there. Put your oils in there that you want to make into roller ball, and then go ahead and add some fractionated coconut oil. We like our fractionated coconut oil because it doesn't go rancid. It's doesn't harden. It's very clean, non-greasy way to use our oils and roll them on. So.
Or sometimes I'll take one, like this is jasmine, I'll empty half of it into an empty roller, and then I'll just add other oils in it, make new blends.
Okay, love customizing, right? That's the beauty of doTERRA, that we can customize our blends for what we need.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So oils are great and they work on a myriad of different emotional issues, but we also have to take into account that we also have to treat our body well. We need to make sure we're drinking enough water, because if you do not have enough water in your body, you're going to feel tired and fatigued, well, that's not going to help. And no amount of oil is going to take that away if you're not adequately hydrated. And the same thing with exercise and movement. Exercise and movement actually increases our dopamine levels, which are really important for overall health, because that's also going to make us feel good. And we need a proper rest. And if you can, meditate's a great way to clear out the brain and becoming very in tune with your body. And this is my favorite part: eating clean. Eating clean is so important. If you're eating a processed food diet, you're never going to feel good because your gut is not going to be happy. Your gut wants real whole foods. It doesn't want processed foods because it doesn't understand it and it can't use it the best way to support our body. So I always like to say, if you have a fire and it's fed by a gas source, no amount of water is going to extinguish that fire unless you shut the gas off. The same thing with this. You can throw every oil on your body, but if you're not taking care of your body on a fundamental level by drinking enough water and exercising and resting and eating good foods, it's never going to work. It's a multi-pronged effect of health. And because we have to treat it with all these different ways of supporting it. And it's super important that each of these items are addressed, especially the eating and the hydration and the exercise. Like, they're all important. But yes, you have to do all of it because you want to support your body so that it can function optimally, right? That's what the body wants. It wants to be healthy, and it's going to fight to do it, but you have to give it the tools. And the oils are a fabulous tool to do that, but you have to support the other functions as well.
I love that. This is a great quote. And just another way to really sum up what we've been talking about today. So you fill a bucket drop by drop. You clear your mind thought by thought. You heal yourself moment by moment. And this is just really powerful because if we go into this mindset on a daily basis, then we can really live well. And when we're living well, we can show up well for the others around us that need us. So, it's really just important to always be working on yourself, be very in tune with your body. I'm a huge fan of journaling. If you wake up in the mornings and write down your thoughts, maybe write down thoughts before you go to bed, just a few words. This is not about necessarily writing essays, a few words just to get on paper what's going on with you in your body, checking in with yourself. So I absolutely powerful. It's powerful to do the self-reflection and then the self-healing. And I love that we have the oils that can help us on our healing journeys throughout the day.
Oh, me too. I can't even imagine what it would be like. I mean, you can't think about what life was before the oils, right?
Yeah.
It's an amazing thing.
Yeah. So I just want to talk really quick about some resources. So as you start your oil journey, and especially if you're here on Team Oil, we have some great resources for you as far as classes go, on-demand courses, and even just getting into our chat communities. Make sure you're in all of those so you can really get the experience, the inspiration, and the support that you need from the team. Now, also, we do recommend there's a great app called Essential Emotions. Great app on your phone, so easy to use, and just really powerful because at any moment you can just pick it up and get the education or the information that you need. I also want to talk about book resources. I also love to flip pages. So the app is great, but I love to have something at my fingertips. So something like the Essential Emotions book, I'm just holding it up here, although there's no picture of it. Something like this that you can, there are days where I just pull it and just read, if I just need a little, I don't know what it's called, but if you just need a little infusion of energy, I like to read just about a couple of the oils and learn more about them. So absolutely grab the resources that you need to keep your essential oil journey going, because one of the things, Val, and we didn't really touch on this in this whole class, is it's not about using a lot of oils at once, right? It's not about just piling oils on yourself in that 1 hour and you're feeling great. This is really about consistently using oils. They're natural products, they metabolize in your body. When you consistently use the oils, you're going to have a greater effect. So using less, but using them, well, I shouldn't say using less, but using the correct quantity, but more consistently and more often is how you're going to get the greatest response from oils.
Absolutely. The body's gonna tell you, it's gonna tell you what it wants. That's why picking out, and when you're using the oils on a regular basis, you know what you want. You know what your body needs for that particular day to address that particular health issue or emotional issue. And it listen to the body, it knows. Right.
Exactly. Great. I think
there's something in the
Yes.
chat.
This
You
is
wanna
our
share?
last, this is our last, yeah, I mean, I just want to say, I just want to acknowledge everybody for showing up today.
Yes.
Anybody who's watching the recording, this is all about maintaining your emotional health. And please remember that you are your own best advocate, and that wellness is a gift that you can claim, right? So that's exactly why we're all here. We are looking to heal ourselves, to be our best selves, and then we can go out into the world and be our best selves for others. So I just want to appreciate everybody who jumped in today or is watching the recording.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
Do we want to stop the share?
Yeah, I'll go ahead and stop the recording, and then stop the share. Yeah.
We'll stop
And see if
recording.
there are any questions for anybody in the room.
You're still recording.
Oh, one sec here.